Hey, what's happening, Wargamers? Welcome to the Dossier, the show where opinions are made up and do not matter at all, where we talk about releases from Marvel Crisis Protocol, various characters, share some thoughts and opinions on where they fit in the game, their model, their cards, their tactics cards and all that sort of stuff, and just, how they kind of impact the game and how we kind of feel about them here at the channel. So obviously we come at this with a semi-casual competitive mindset, so obviously if you want some deep dives, there are other places you can go check out, but if you're just looking for some fun opinions on various characters, you've come to the right place. This week, we are talking about Agent Venom, Flash Thompson. And right off the hop, this has become one of my favorite models in the game. For a long time, one of my favorites was Nick Fury. I know, I'm basic in that way. But Agent Venom, Flash Thompson, such a great dynamic model. Like, look at this, those tendrils going out, the sense of movement and motion in the whole body. Like, even the fact that the tendrils are coiling, the way it's wrapped around the building itself. I absolutely love this model. This is such a great model. AMG knocked down out of the park with this one. For a model that could otherwise have been very flat, there's a lot of really good texture in it. You can see some ridges along the thighs there. There's some good texture along the musculature. Overall, just so good. The only downside of it, because it is a predominantly black model, you have to get a little creative with how you want the palette to show up. I obviously chose sort of like a grayish blue to highlight it all. Probably could have pushed it a little bit further myself, but I just really like it. And there's been some fantastic ones out there as well. But yeah, very, very easy to assemble as well. Not too much problems. Like, everything kind of slots in very nice and easily. There's a little bit of give in the tendrils, but it's not to the same level as, say, like Storm's Lightning or there's another character I'm thinking of, but I can't think of them at the moment. Scarlet Witch. Yeah. So the tendrils feel a little bit more secure, which is really nice. It's got some better anchor points, and both of them just kind of slot into the back there. So all in all, love the model. I think it's great. I think it's a huge win for AMG in general. We have the card, Agent Venom, Flash Thompson, 4, 2, and 3 for his defensive stat lines, 6 stamina, 4 threat, size 2, medium movement. Excuse me. And first up, we have Clintar Firepower, which is a physical attack, range 4, 5 dice. And it is power equal to damage dealt with a wild bleed. For those at home, bleed is, at the end of your activation, if you have a bleed token, you will suffer 1 damage. With all the guns on it, I kind of expected there to be a rapid fire on this, or a flurry of some sort. I'm a little disappointed there's not. I think that would have pushed him from being, fun and good into absolutely amazing. But we cope with what we have. We have an energy attack incendiary grenade, range 3, 5 power, 5 dice, 1 energy, or 1 power to use. After this attack is resolved, the target character gains incinerate. Incinerate, you roll 1 less defense die if you have that condition on you. 5 dice damage is nice, but I think most of the time you're using this to try and get the incinerate off. Well, not trying, you will get the incinerate off, just because it's going to make the rest of your team function that much better. We have another physical attack with Symbiote Special Forces. It is a beam 3, 7 dice for 4 power, with a wild and hit trigger of lashing tendrils. After each attack is resolved, deal 1 damage to each other enemy character within range 2 of this character. Oh man, if you set this up right, this can do so much extra little splash damage. I think this is an absolutely great attack. I think the conditions have to be just right to use it, so it's not going to be great all the time. But what this means is if you can get a beam and hit 2 or 3 characters, and there's 2 or 3 characters within range 2 of you, no less, you can deal a lot of extra little splash damage in there, which, really, really awesome, because it's after each attack is resolved. And if you happen to get those triggers, I love it. I haven't seen it really pop off, but I'm waiting for the day that it does, because I think when it happens, it's just going to be so much fun to see it happen. We have an active power, Symbiote Web Swing, 2 power, places this character within range 3 of its current position. Can be used once per turn, great way to reposition. It is 2 power, very standard with the web swings of other web warriors. We have another active Project Rebirth 2.0 for 1 power, remove 1 special condition from this character. This is wonderful because basically if you have power, you are never going to stagger him. You're never going to put bad conditions on him. He's going to be able to just shake everything off for the cost of 1 power. Which is really nice, but I'm sure people are starting to see a trend here. And I'll get that in just a second. Then we have another active power, All-Star Quarterback for 3 energy. Choose an interactive terrain feature or enemy character of size 3 or less within range 2 and throw it short. You can use this once per turn. So obviously, any type of throw is great. A size 3 throw is even better because that covers most characters, a lot of terrain in the game. And with his mobility, he's going to be able to get around to get into some great positions for it. So excellent. But I'm sure what you're seeing here is he is going to be power hungry. He wants to do a lot. I think you're going to have to pick and choose there. And we'll talk about that a little bit in a bit. Then we have an innate superpower, Symbiotic Instincts. While this character is attacking, the defending character cannot modify its defense dice. Modifies are things like changing a facing or re-rolling your dice. This can be super powerful into some characters. Very nice. It just means that those any defense rolls got to basically sit as they roll. So it does give a nice little bit of boost to his 5 dice attacks. You're going to get a little bit more power through as a result on that one because they're not going to be able to fix it through things like Strategic Genius as easily. And then obviously we have Wall Crawler, which means he does not have to climb up walls. He just uses his regular movement for advance. On his flip side, unless I'm mistaken, nothing changes. So yeah, very, very solid card. We're going to talk about its overall impact in a moment. But we have 2 tactics cards here. First up, we have Cleanup, which is an unaffiliated reactive card. An allied Agent Venom and an allied Peter Parker may each spend 1 power to play this card during the power phase. Agent Venom gains Spider Sense, superpower until the end of the round, and Peter Parker gains Symbiotic Instincts, superpower until the end of the round. So Symbiotic Instincts is the one that defenders cannot reroll or modify dice. Spider Sense, as you can see down here, when this character is defending against a physical or energy attack or making a dodge roll, it may reroll up to 2 of its defense or dodge dice. This is a nice little utility piece. It's great for going into Web Warriors, if that's where you want Agent Venom there, because, yeah, I mean, the odds are good you'll see Peter, either Chorus Box, Spidey, or ASM show up on the table. And this just adds a little bit of meat to both of them. I actually really want to try this out with ASM because there's been a number of times when you know, he's done well enough, but then they've been able to reroll into some more successes. So I'm looking forward to giving this one a try in Web Warriors. Then we got For an Assignment, which is a Guardians of the Galaxy card. It is active. During Agent Venom's activation, Agent Venom may spend any amount of power to play this card. Choose an option from the list below for each 2 power spent. Resolve each option completely before choosing the next. So, oh my goodness, this is a wall of text. So I'm going to paraphrase a lot of this. If Agent Venom is within 2 of Gamora, Agent Venom is thrown medium. Agent Venom is within 2 of Groot, Agent Venom may remove up to 3 damage. If within 2 of Star-Lord, Agent Venom may immediately make a full auto attack listed on Star-Lord's stat card without paying the cost. After the attack is resolved, Agent Venom may advance short. If within 2 of Rocket Raccoon, you immediately make an attack action and then advance short. And then if within range 2 of Drax the Destroyer, Agent Venom is thrown short and counts as a size 3 during this collision. Holy jumping, there's a lot going on that one. If you happen to have 10 power to go through that whole list of stuff, I think Agent Venom is just going to be a lot of fun on there. Even if you can just get 2 of those in there, like even just getting a free, well not free, but a 2 power full auto, which normally costs 3, I believe. That's really awesome, especially when you can advance them as well. You can do a lot of really cool, fun stuff with this one. And obviously, as you can tell, he is affiliated with Guardians as well as S.H.I.E.L.D. and Web Warriors. I think this is a really fun card. I don't know how competitive it is, but I think it's super fun. And I think if you're running Agent Venom with Guardians, I think you might bring that card just for a little bit of fun. So where does Agent Venom stand in the game itself? Well, overall as a 4 threat, I think he's interestingly splashed. I don't think he goes everywhere. But he does bring some interesting tech to teams like Guardians of the Galaxy and Web Warriors. Not sure how I feel about him in S.H.I.E.L.D. just yet. I need to get a couple more reps in there. But overall, he brings fun stuff to the table. I think he looks great. Like I said, I think he's probably one of the best looking models in the game. I don't think his tactics cards bring as much as this card does, but I think if you build a team that can utilize his movement or give him a little bit of extra power, I think he's gonna do well for you. I think it's gonna give you a lot to play with and have some fun there. But yeah, that is my hot potato take of Agent Venom. Sound off in the comments below. Let me know what you think, what you like, what you don't like, all that sort of great stuff. And obviously, if you are looking for another way to support the channel, you can hit up the link in the description below to the Patreon account. For as little as $1 a month, you can support what we do here. Helps keep the lights on, helps keeps us current and all that sort of stuff. And I mean, it's just, we thank you so much for it. It's just so great. Even if you're just watching, thank you so much. But there we go. That is Agent Venom for you. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time, and happy wargaming.